no kids to raise, and all that yard. What is a man to do? I think I'll have a football game, and I'm inviting you.
Jimmy? Is that you, Jimmy, you big lug?
Hey, do you remember me? Graduating class of 93. This Christmas, do you have plans? If not, man, then you should come over and jam. Hey Jimmy, do you still have the box of pennies that you stole back in high school?
Hey, Joe. No. I don't.
That's cool. What do you think you're doing, Jimmy? It's 10 in the morning.
Late night.
You really let yourself turn into a piece of work, you know that? You gotta get back in shape, man.
Yeah, nice to see you too, Joe. It's great. Nice to see you.
Well, hey, man, when's the last time you played?
Played what?
Football. Well, what if we put the boys back together?
The boys?
Yeah, the boys. Let's put the boys back together.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, hey, we got Billy, there's Bob, we got Nick. Is Billy over the gout yet?
Billy's got the gout?
We'll get the boys back together.
Yeah, sure, Joe.
I'm serious, man. What are we doing?
I'm going home.
And then what? You're going to go home and beat off?
Not with my kids in the house.
Just give it some thought for old time's sake. Now, would you look at that?
Look at what?
The kids over there on the field. The beefy ones are picking on the little shrimpy ones.
Yeah, what of it?
It just doesn't sit right with me. I'll tell you what. You and I are going to go down there and give them a piece of our mind. What do you say?
I say forget it. I'm going home. Hey, let go of my arm, Joe. You're losing it, I tell you.
Well, hey, kids, you leave those other kids here alone.
Well, what? What are you gonna do about it, grocery man?
Well, I'll tell you exactly what I'm going to do about it, big fella. I'll have a word with your folks.
You go ahead and try that, grocery man. He hasn't seen his dad since he was 2. Unless you got a job at the liquor store, you probably won't see his mom. Hey, shut up, man. Hey, you shut up. Ugh. Jesus, let's cheese it, boys.
We did it, you old coot. Well done.
Hello there, Arlene.
Why, hello there, Joanne.
Have you heard the big news, Arlene?
What's the big news, Joanne?
Why, the news about the mayor.
What's the news about the mayor?
Why, they say he's coming to town.
They say he's coming to town.
They say he's coming right down.
When's he coming right down?
Well, they say he's coming right now.
Maybe Irish or maybe Italian. In high school I played football like a stallion. I made all the girlies faint and swoon. I gave all the nerds swirlies in the bathroom. Now my story resumes its natural course. I preside over this town with unchallenged force. My constituents poor, drunk, and divorced all wave and cheer as I cruise around in my Porsche.
Nothing ever gets me down. I'm the mayor of Habertown.
Nothing ever gets him down. He's the mayor of Habertown.
It's the dykes, Jews, and Protestants that I drown. I'm the mayor of Habertown.
It's the dykes, Jews, and Protestants that he drowned. He's the mayor of Habertown.
Among all else, what I can't stand is the scum that steals from the working man. The youth today suck our life and laugh, so I must destroy them with my TV broadcasts.
This is Don Tallio with GCN News, and you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. The mayor has just revealed his new tax that carries punitive measures for anyone who dares to be under the age of 30.
kick your pansy ass around. I'm the mayor of Habertown.
He'll kick your pansy ass around. He's the mayor of Habertown.
I'll pound the youths into the ground. I'm the mayor of Habertown.
He'll pound the youths into the ground. He's the mayor of Habertown.
I'm the mayor, beyond compare of Habertown.
Dad, are you and the mayor friends?
It would be unprofessional for me to describe my relationship to the mayor as friendly.
That's good.
It isn't. It's insincere. It's a sin to lie, Nancy.
Is it a sin to be unprofessional?
It's a sin not to try and be both sincere and professional, and it's a sin to grill your dear beloved father like this.
Councilman, how was I?
You were beautiful.
They really ate up the new tax plan, I tell ya. People really buy our message, you know? People just love what we're saying. You know how we, Councilman, what are we saying?
We're saying that the youth are bringing our society down with their faggy ways and lack of economic foresight, sir.
Oh, yes, that's right.
That's nonsense.
Now, sweetheart, we don't mean you specifically. You are a woman. You are only part of a problem if you leave your place in the home.
That's right.
You're still not over that flop of a fruit business that you had, huh?
You hold your tongue, you insolent swine. It is a sin to insult your elected officials
It's
in
okay,
such...
Councilman. This little firecracker has moxie.
Mr. the Mayor, terrific speech tonight. I'll see you at the committee meeting tomorrow. Good evening. Come on, Nancy.
Nancy, one moment. You're under the mistletoe.
Clean up on aisle 4. Clean up on aisle 4.
If all goes well, and it always does, nothing's gonna change till we make it change. Shrinks down, turnover is steady, and demand is constant.
If you can't be subtle, you don't have to.
What makes you think I want to be subtle?
You've never held your tongue once when you wanted to bring me down, but you're happy now. Can't you just admit that I'm the reason behind that smile, old man?
I'm smiling because I've got a license to print money. You're here because I like you, and when I don't anymore, you won't be.
You don't have to believe in love to be in love, Candy.
You don't have to be in love to make love, Katie.
Boys, we've been out of work too long.
I always hated these trees. Pollen, car accidents, hanging. Trees are nothing but trouble.
If it weren't for trees, there wouldn't be no paper. No paper, no money, no trees, no money.
Folks got along just fine with coins for generations.
Well, anyway, you make your living on trees, man.
Bringing them down, selling their corpses.
Who do we know what has too many trees, you guys?
What about the township?
I don't want to work for those pigs.
Hey, I voted for those pigs. Should I call them?
Hand me the phone.
What?
Mr. the Mayor, my name is Dr. Jimmy, tree surgeon MD, and I propose to you that there are too many damn birches on Igloo Road.
Well, now, I live on Igloo Road. What's wrong with the birches?
Well, if you live on Igloo Road, then you must recall just 2 nights ago, a drunk driver crashed into a birch tree, bringing it down onto a school bus and killing the driver along with 2 of the kids who were on a field trip to the 92sters game. They said on the news that the buses are made to be able to be hit like that by just cars, but that the bus engineer did not make his bus so that it could be hit by a tree like that. If we could get rid of, say, half of them birches, I think we could ensure that nothing like that could ever happen again.
Well, I don't remember anything like that, but I think we can make a deal. How much money do you want?
We'll talk about it.
Deal.
All right, Jimmy. Nobody knows how to drum up business like you do. I told you the mayor has our best interests in mind.
It's okay to have a job. It's okay to have a job. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright with me. It's okay to have a job. It's okay if they don't pay us enough. It's alright. It's alright. Don't need a union, just alone. It's okay to have a job. It's okay to have a job.
Joe!
Hey, Candy, how was your Thanksgiving?
Awful. Did I tell you my kid married a native?
You did, Candy. Their family shops here, and they're very nice.
They only shop here because they get a discount. But I don't know for how much longer.
Come on, Candy.
So what did you do?
Candy.
Another year alone, huh? What a surprise. You know what your problem is? Nobody likes you.
Oh, thanks, Candy. You know, we've got too many lollipops. I don't know what you expect me to do with these.
You're the one that ordered them.
But you're the one that told me to. I said it was going to be too many, but you shot me down. I said, Candy, you said, get out of here. MASH is on.
Well, then I guess I know what I'm doing. Don't worry about me. Get back to work.
Hey, is Jimmy there?
Hey.
Jimmy, how's it going?
Eh.
You still at the place?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still at my place too.
What do you want again?
I'm trying to get the boys back together.
Why do you always have to say it like that?
How am I supposed to say it?
I don't know, man.
Well, can you call Bob?
Yeah, I can call Bob, sure.
And can you call Bill? Can you call Bill too?
Sure, I can call Bill and I can call Bob.
And I'll call Nick. That's who I'll call.
Yeah.
So, do you and those guys still drink?
Yeah, same place you used to come around.
Is Sad Phillips still the barmaid?
Of course he is.
Good.
Great.
Bye.
Good evening, this is Don Talleyho with GNC, broadcasting to you live with a recorded transmission of our benevolent, astro-bound Bishop of Rome, the Vicar of Christ Quasar, His Holiness of Black Holes, the one, the only, Space Pope.
Hello, Earth. Blessing unto you. Let us pray. Io mami, pistoles paragigos
No, not this rubbish again.
You show him some respect, Sad Philip. That's the Papa speaking.
Oh.
So what's he want?
I don't know. He'll tell you.
I'm not knocking off any convenience stores.
Any more?
My brother went down for that. I'm not knocking off any convenience stores.
You have a brother?
Well, let's get him on the team.
What team?
The football team. Jimmy hasn't told you anything?
I didn't know anything.
Didn't know anything? Jimmy? I told you all about it last night when we talked on the telephone, just last night. For Christ's sake, remember talking on the telephone?
Oh,
I told you all about it.
Yeah.
Guys, we're getting old, and we're getting fat. And soon, we won't be able to run anymore. And then what? We just hang it up? And what if we never did anything? And what if nobody ever even likes us? You know what people like? They like football players. Do you remember high school? Football players were the only guys getting it. Football players could do no wrong. So let's be goddamn football players. Billy, didn't you play football?
Sure I did.
And didn't you get some?
All the time.
And now?
Not so much.
I rest my case.
And what if we break our backs? Bob here already had a herniated disc.
We tell the nurses, look at me, I'm a big fat football star and I'm in pain, let's do it.
Who are we supposed to play against?
We'll join a pickup league. We can use my yard to practice and we'll play a big game on Christmas. You can bring your wife and we'll barbecue.
You can't barbecue on Christmas.
Billy, there you go again. We can do whatever we want. We're men, and as men, we gotta show other men that we're bigger, faster, and harder.
Could you, keep it down?
You keep it down, Philip.
Sad Philip, how have you been?
Okay. Work is, sorta tough.
Phil, I don't know what you think gives you the right. It's you and all these other queers that are ruining this country. You and your persnickety cocktails. We all know what that's about. And these queers and their organized grab ass. You know what football is? It's an orgy. Jesus told us to love each other, but not like that, damn it. Why can't you goddamn queers just love each other properly?
What are you talking about?
Forget it. You're no better.
I'm off the clock, so, goodbye.
Yeah, go suck a fat one, Boy George. In fact, all you boys get the hell out of here. Go on, scram. Take your faggy grab ass somewhere else. Me. No! Me, bartender! Not the exotic erotic hotline. Jeez. Anyway, I've got some news. It sounds like those young kids are drumming up a football game on Christmas Day. I think this just might be our chance to show them who's the boss in this town. Yes. Yes, Mr. the Mayor. All right, Mr. the Mayor. Okay. All right. I love you too. Bye.
It's all these politicians.
The goddamn liberals.
Politics.
I am so tired of all this campaign financing. You need me. I've been mayor of this town for a long time, and I intend to stay mayor. There's just too much of the wrong kind of money in politics.
The mayor is right. What we need is a return to the old days, when the laity could be relied upon to stock church coffers, and church coffers could be relied upon to finance campaigns, and the laity could be relied upon to turn the other cheek because they knew what was best.
Every year at Christmas, I tell you, I'd get that big fat check, and I would treat those I loved to a fantastic ball. Everyone in Habertown was invited because I love everyone.
We would sing songs, wine, dine. It was beautiful.
And just like it says in the non-denominational Bible, at the stroke of midnight, December 24, old Jimbo Sr. would get up on that ladder and light that tree.
Rest his soul.
Say, let's bring it back.
Do you think the lay people would really go for it? Don't you think they miss old Jimbo Sr. too much?
Forget about that, old drunk. What we need is a hot new Santa. If we get us a Santa that really resonates with the young people, we can charge admission to this thing.
Nancy, you did all that faggy play stuff in high school. Why don't you put together some auditions?
Okay, I think I've got to go.
Aw, do you have to?
Yes.
She's quite a girl, Councilman. Quite a girl.
Yes, sir, she's...
Yes, good. Gentlemen, I received a phone call of sumptuous nature today. It seems that those young rapscallions from the other side of the tracks are doing the unthinkable. They are planning on having a football game in my town without clearing it with City Hall first.
Kill all the snowflakes!
I hear you. I know that we were supposed to adjourn in 20 minutes and have our post-meeting meeting at Gino's Italian Restaurant and Wine Saloon, but boys, I think with this recent development, we had better get our shrimp Lejeune and veal scallopini to go and figure out a plan to shut these scumbags down.
So we're gonna cancel the game.
My dear, sweet, stupid councilman, are we tyrants? Are we dictators?
Well,
Nay, I say. They will play their game, and we will be their opponents to knock them down on their flabby candy asses.
Kill all the snowflakes! Mr. the Mayor, with all due respect, and I might mention that I have so much respect for you, what makes you think that these kids would have any interest in playing us in a game?
Oh, they don't have to have an interest. We'll give them a mandate.
But how?
Councilman, we are the adults here. We're hitting the books tonight, boys, and we won't stop until we find something to hold over their heads.
Hello? Hello? Nick?
How's
Iraq?
You'll be back for Christmas? Oh, boy.
Breaking balls, breaking my back. I used to be the hotshot quarterback. Breaking ground, breaking bad habits. I know that they will kill me if I slack. I remember high school, I was a king. No one ever told me I could not do anything. I banged all the hot girls and kicked every ass. Skipped every student council meeting, every stupid class. Breaking a sweat, waking dawn, wondering if it matters. I was a hotshot quarterback, breaking up families, missing my own, wondering if it matters if I die here in Iraq. I remember high school, Christmas break. Now we get it in the army. Hip hip hooray! Screw my hot girlfriend and I'll kick every ass. Show my little hometown that Nikki is first class.
Hey, Katie.
Nance, how are you?
I'm great. Nick is coming back.
For good?
Just for Christmas break, but he gets 3 whole weeks.
Well, hey, that's enough time for that stud to put a stud on your second digit from the left.
Come on, Katie. You know Nick thinks marriage is dehumanizing.
Oh, and the military isn't.
I never said I agreed with him, but I don't see how it's necessary nowadays. I don't want any kids or anything anyway. I've always thought that was selfish.
Oh, now I'm selfish?
All women are selfish. For instance, right now you're gabbing. There's 4 people in the line at register 5 and an open register at 6. And Nancy here has all that in her line of sight, and still she wants you to waste my time and their time just girl talking. No offense, but all women are selfish.
I think I gotta go.
Bye, Nance. Candy, you know that's not my job.
Oh, now it's my job?
It's nobody's job. It's a line. That line is there every damn day, whether I get up and take a register or not. When we clear that line, you know what we'll get? Another line.
You know corporate is up my ass about the numbers. I had to cut hours, but did I cut your hours? No, I give you other people's hours because I trust you. You're worth 10 of these millennial crybabies. Why don't you act like it?
My husband is a millennial, Candy.
Your husband is a deadbeat.
Hey, Katie, did you talk to Jimmy about Christmas yet?
What, you want to come darken our doorstep this year? What, did your mom die or something?
Katie, my mom died a long time ago.
No wonder you and my husband drink so much. It's like the goddamn Dead Moms Club.
Is that really what you wanted to ask?
No, it's just that I was hoping to have a football game that day. Get some of the guys together, maybe barbecue.
Nothing like fat-aging drunks playing grab-ass to please the Lord on his birthday.
You know, I used to play for the nitty-gritty Lions. I really had an arm on me, you know? Really had an arm.
That's okay, Candy. I wouldn't want you getting hurt.
What's okay? When did I say I wanted anything to do with you anyway?
Well, really, it's okay. I'm sure there's a rec league we can talk to that they'll find somebody for us.
You know, you act nice, but you're as self-involved as anybody else. You know that?
Don't be so insecure. I'm gonna take a register. Those lines are getting out of hand. Hey, Mr. the Mayor? It's 3 in the morning, and the fellas, they've been looking through every scrap of information we have on these kids. And, sir...
Can you believe the nerve? I mean, the nerve of these roustabouts! Playing a game of football in my town! How have you twits not found any dirt on these kids? This town was built on the age-old principles of the elite not putting up with the tomfoolery of the commoners. We have regulations about bicycle reflectors, but nothing on these insolent swine spitting in the face of their elders. They're biting the hand that feeds them. They're eating us out of house and home on the
That's it!
What's up? What's he talking about? What does he mean? What does he mean? What is this?
I just can't believe that I didn't think of it before.
Councilman, if you don't start making sense, and quick, I'm gonna wrap the top of your skeleton with a force so great that...
The home, Mr. the Mayor. The yard, to be more specific. You see these aerial satellite photographs? Tell me what you see in the grass over here.
Well, it's a circle.
That's right. It is a circle.
Yes, it's a circle. But what's more is it's the remnants of a privy pit. And not just any privy pit, mind you. This is a lavatory of historical importance. Susan B. Anthony used this restroom, if I may call it a restroom, in the unreasonably warm fall of 1853. We know all of this because the previous owners of the house, Mr. and Mrs. Applebaum, filled this request to have this event honored with a historical placard.
Well, what's that to us, Councilman? What do we care if somebody wants to make note of Miss Anthony's excretions? That's not a crime.
But don't you see? The Applebaums withdrew their request when they found out that the historical landmarks are under the sole and complete proprietorship of the borough of Habertown.
Councilman, the Applebaums aren't playing in this football game. How is this of any help?
Of course they're not playing in the game. They've been dead for 2 years.
Oh.
Mr. the Mayor, don't you see who lives in this house now? Don't you have an inkling, a clue?
Well, I've been very busy. I don't have time to meet all, some of my constituents.
Joe Leonard of the football team lives there.
Good day to my brothers and my sisters.
It will be good if you and me sister.
And the good tidings to all.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
And to your kin.
Begin.
Silence! Jesus needs us like we need us to need Jesus. God bless Habertown. God bless football. And God bless the space pope. Let us pray. EU, me pistolos baringos, Santos Domingos, Jolly Bollywood.
These imbeciles really buy this stuff. Do you know what I buy? A BLT the size of a small child with extra gabagool every Friday on the Friday, even the ones where these plebes force feed themselves tilapia and other aquatic scum. The Bible says we're not supposed to eat lobster, you know. It's true. Leviticus 11:11. Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. You may not eat of their flesh, and their carcasses you shall detest. But that's humanity for you, huh? We keep the parts we like and ignore the rest. That's the way it was back in the 60s when I used to play the stocks. Geez, what a time that was. Buy low, sell high, or if you're us, do everything high, am I right? Hey! Tech, industry, real estate. Does this all sound familiar to you guys?
Yeah, I just bought my fifth Lamborghini.
Yes, we've done okay with these things, but boys, boy, oh boy, I've got news for you. It's all duty. We cut our teeth on the conventional stuff. It's safe, and that's all right. But are we here for that to do all right? 5 Lamborghinis? Child's play. How'd you like 5 a month?
But sir, how?
My dear, sweet, sprightly, stupid Paige, I'm glad you asked. Gentlemen, we need a new commodity. Something to appeal to the masses. Do you know which age bracket now holds 65% of our population? 22 to 30-year-olds. What do these kids care about today?
Sodomy.
Oh, okay, but what else? Themselves. Your average 20-something has the pecs of Atlas and the glutes of Venus. They're in pristine shape. How do they stay so ripped?
Sit-ups.
Gluteal exercises.
Standing.
I saw my dad
Running.
do pull-ups once.
You all have difficulty thinking out of the box, boys. Sure, they may squat and lunge and deadlift, but this is just one part of the equation. And like you, it is the only part that they know. So we must introduce them to the second necessity to look like a cross between Stephen Reeves and an Adonis.
Well, what is it?
What does he mean?
What is this?
Yeah, spill the
Baby.
What could this be?
What these kids need to keep up those statuesque physiques is right here under this sheet. The key to a high-fiber, nutritious diet. Feast your eyes and tummies on this dried fruit.
What the hell is this?
Why, it's just what I said. It's dried fruit.
It's dumb.
Now, guys, come on. It's fruit. Nature's candy. The youths and queers will gobble this stuff up if we link it to their health.
Do you know why no one else thought to trade dried fruit in the stocks? Because it is a stupid idea. Look at all of this. There must be $100 worth of this stuff here. It's coming out of your pay, my boy.
Guys, we need to trade this fruit.
We don't need to do squat.
You need to get these prunes out of here before I wrap your skeleton.
You don't understand. This isn't all of it.
Go on.
This is just the display. I put 95% of our equity into this. We need to sell the fruit.
Skeleton.
Well, I thought it was an excellent idea, sir. The presentation, the product, all just
Paige, go pound sand, kid.
Sir, I know you're down, but you aren't allowed to be. If you want to win, you can't lose. So, what you need to say is that you don't have these guys holding you back anymore. It's true anyway, with your bright ideas and tenacity, the world has no idea what's in store. You'll have these, you'll make a...
Store! A store! Picture it, Paige. A health and fitness store. Powdered protein, sugar pills that promise the world, and the star of it all, the dried fruit. And all day long, ripped, supple hotties will traipse up and down the aisles, gobbling my bananas and mangoes. Will you be my vice president of this endeavor?
Why, sir!
It's all settled then. In 2 weeks' time, we'll open the doors of our flagship Fruitique store, and within hours, we'll be turning a profit. We can't lose. The kids will get us out of this jam. These beautiful, beautiful kids.
The NASDAQ is up, so's the S&P. Get your cash back from stocks, you can take it from me. There's plenty of bets wise investors might do, but the vig on Fruitique is as dry as the fruit.
And in what can only be described as a catastrophic failure, Fruitiques across the city have been shutting down almost as quickly as they have opened. When pressed about the issue, here's what one local resident had to say about the financial disaster of this.
Kids don't know their anus from their appendix. All they know is grab ass in the locker room and Neil Diamond tunes. How dare you look this gift horse in the mouth? I spared you from ripping yourselves apart. Ungrateful swine, your independence will be your undoing. Let them eat cake? Ha! Let them eat their own waste. The queers have ruined me. It's something that Nostradamus could not have foreseen. The queers have ruined me. Only a generation so vowed and submit to homosexuality.
They took what you gave and threw it on the ground. They sat on it bareback. God knows they're into that. The kids don't know a thing about squat. They never deserve another shot. We should bag and ship them all away. They're self-obsessed and oh so gay. They took what you gave.
Have ruined me.
They sat on it bareback.
Something that Nostradamus
God knows they're
not
into
have
that.
foreseen.
The kids don't know a thing about squat. They never deserve another shot. We should bag and ship them all away.
what a time indeed. Sure, you could say that I'm a product of a lack of loving relationships that has driven me to isolate and hate rather than empathize and relate, and has left me searching for a purpose that I try to satisfy with drinking women, but then again, you could say the same for just about anyone in here, so lay off me, huh? Besides, you don't need a purpose to give others one. Look at him! My chief of police, Thayer Kelly. Talk about giving someone a purpose. My, oh my, where would this man be without me?
And in a 14-1 ruling, the council denies Mr. Pleaselman's request for a variance HTC 401CD, which would prevent her home from being demolished to make room for a beer and cigarette distributor. Councilman Judas, would you care to share your dissenting opinion?
First and foremost, it's Junus, and yes, I think it very wrong indeed to take away a poor old woman's home in favor of...
Thank you, Councilman Juleps. The floor is closed for dissenting opinions. The council reminds Mr. Pleaselman that she has been granted 48 hours to relocate herself and her worldly possessions elsewhere before demolition begins. May God have mercy on your soul. Dismissed.
You gave them what for, Councilman? Excellent work. Now, about that other thing?
Good night, folks. Good night. To leave. It's bad, Mr. the Mayor. It's really bad.
He's still riding us hard,
No, sir. I can feel it. The embezzlement, the misappropriation of funds for gambling, girls, Greek yogurt. He knows about it all.
Well, what have we got on him? I can't just sack him for no reason. The yokels are dumb, but they're not that dumb.
Nothing, Mr. the Mayor. We've got absolutely nothing. This guy is squeaky clean. We've been barking up his old partner from the precinct before he became the chief, and he said that the guy was totally by the book. Letter of the law and all that. He once said that he remains single because he only has time for one woman, and her name is Justice.
Cripes.
It'll take a miracle, sir. I've left Councilman Armorio and O'Brien to tail him, but in 2 months, he hasn't done anything remotely controversial.
Where is the conflabbed chief of police now?
It's prom night, Mr. the Mayor. He's down at the school in front of that wrecked car they put on the lawn to try to dissuade kids from drinking and driving. He'll be there all night.
Doesn't seem like you'll get in much trouble there. Why don't you call the councilmen off of him, bring them down here, order some steak sandwiches, and we could play cards?
Sir, it's 8 on a Saturday night.
You're right. The night is still young. Have them make a run to Fizzy's beer distributor.
I haven't seen my family all day. I'll be in the doghouse if I don't get home now to the nag and the smaller nag.
You'll be chewed out whether you go home now or in a week. Stay. I'm lonely.
All right, just for a round of pinochle. Just a few.
Great. You make that call and I'll flip on the tube.
This is Don Tallyho with a special report. Chief of Police Daniel Casey was struck and killed by an 01 Ford Escort operated by an intoxicated teenager on his way to prom at exactly 9:11 this evening. Thayer Kelly and his date, the sophomore Penny Tagano, looked absolutely ravishing this evening as they careened into the body of the overbearing police chief. Thayer purchased his suit and hot pink silk vest and matching tie from the Irvington Jacket Emporium, while Penny went...
This is a golden opportunity for our community to take a wrong and make it right. Those who learn from their mistakes are the least likely to repeat them. This young man made what some may call an error, and by God, he has changed as a result. That's the very sort of adjustment that I look for in leadership. And for this reason, and probably some others, it is my honor and privilege to name Thayer Kelly as the next Chief of Police of Habertown.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. It's me again, Thayer. Thanks for not locking me up, jeez. Like Upton Sinclair, I clean the grimy hair. I swear I make a real good police. It's updated with the roadie and the way to prom. Now I'm the best thing to come
The mystery of faith is a fickle sickle that does not tickle.
So, Nancy, are you excited to see Nick?
Of course. But he's never been away for this long before. What if he doesn't recognize me?
Nick's a class act. I'm sure it'll be like he never left.
Hold it right there, you kids.
We're like 30.
That's enough guff from you, bub. This is for you, Joe. Keep an eye on your friend there. He's trouble.
What is it? What does it say?
Well?
I can't believe it.
What is it, Joe?
Theft. Robbery. They're gonna take my home.
Oh, come on, what are you talking about? They can't just take your house.
That's not what it says. In accordance with the HTC zoning laws, Article 8, subsection Q, any location in which an event of historical importance is to be owned, maintained, and secured by the census-designated place. They say that Susan B. Anthony used my privy pit. What the hell is a privy pit?
Hey, they've attached a photo. Looks like an old daguerreotype.
Oh, God. Isn't that where you keep your beers?
It is, and they can't have it. I've been in this house for 2 years, and this never came up. I'm marching right on down to City Hall to fight this.
They won't listen to you, Joe. You're a lowly grocer.
Yeah? Well, this lonely grocer is going to save his home. I'm here to see Mr. the Mayor.
He's waiting for you. You're 20 minutes late. Walk down the hall, third elevator on your right. You need to pass. I might have to take a picture. The elevator, fifth floor. Walk down the hall on your left. Go into the third door on the left. That will put you in the break room. Go right past the vending machines. You'll feel like you're not supposed to be there, but you are. Don't forget your pass. And once through, take the stairs down a flight, and Mr. the Mayor's office is right there.
Mr. the Mayor, I've come to...
Joe, have a seat.
A seat? What is this? You're not taking my house.
Have a seat, you silly boy. Good. Now, I understand you're upset. Believe me, I really do. No one understands better than me. Joe?
Yes?
I don't like you. I don't like anything about you or your hood rat friends. You all are unappreciative, lazy, and bringing down my property value. I want to crush you as I've demonstrated I can.
Well, you won't get away with it. I'm going to take this
The
to...
police, the media, I implore you to try. I've got a tighter leash on them than most owners do their dogs, you precious boy. You'll be elated to know that this notice is not set in stone. I don't like my hunt to be canned. There's no sport in that. I want to give you the illusion of chance and hope before I destroy you.
Well, what would you have me do?
It's simple. Extend an invitation to my crew to your little football game this coming Christmas Day. The stakes, your house. Should you win, you keep it. Conversely, when I win, I get to keep it. Are these terms agreeable?
You are sick in the head.
Yes, but no one seems to care. We'll see you on Christmas Day, Joseph. Don't forget your pass.
Hey there, Joe. How'd it go? Not so good? Hey, look, Nick. Nick is here. Back from Iraq, fresh off the boat. Ask Nick how he is.
Hey there, Joe. You alright there, bud? Is there anything that we can do for you now that
Mr. the Mayor is a monster, and he must be stopped. He's going to steal my house unless we can beat him in our Christmas football game.
I mean, preserving sites of women's suffrage is culturally valid.
You cannot lose. I will not allow it. If Mr. the Mayor craves domination, we will give it to him. We will take action, and we will win the football game. Okay, I would like a beverage now.
Oh, Nick, I've missed you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah? That's all you've got to say after how many months has it been?
Nick, get your buff stuff over here and greet the best friends you've ever had.
How have you guys been?
Not so hot. Are you going to play or what?
Joe, I can appreciate the gravity of your situation, and I'd like to help, but it all seems kinda silly. A bunch of grown men and another bunch of really grown men playing football on Christmas Day? It's just weird.
They're the ones who made it weird. I can get that you weren't sold on it before, but now, Nick, it's my house for Christ's sake. Nancy's old man and his cronies are blackmailing me.
Hey, it's not my dad's fault the mayor is a fat old drunk. Maybe if you schlubs voted, things could be different around here.
We vote? I just voted with Bob last week.
You vote, and you voted for him.
So what if I did? You can't tell me how to vote.
Haven't you ever heard of voting your interests?
Cut the gab. We need to lay out a game plan here, guys. We have to win. Now, Councilman Petrino is going to be their center, no doubt. And I was thinking that Bob could pair up with...
You're afraid of a bunch of old men.
They're bigger than us, Nick.
They're easily in their 70s.
Look at us. We're a bunch of frogs. These guys are seasoned. We're a bunch of rookies. We're hopeless on our own. With you and that beautiful arm on our team, I know we can take them. You're a steed.
Well, if it's her dad's fault, I guess I might owe it to you.
Hey, lay off him.
Whatever, babe.
Well, all right, Nick. I've got to go to work. You had better be taking me out tomorrow, you hear? No excuses.
Of course.
Look, man. We don't know what we're doing. None of us has gotten off our buns in years. You got it all figured out, man. You're gonna be somebody. You're a class act.
Hop off me.
Billy, you still know how to throw a spiral?
I could try.
But supposing you don't, who could show you?
My dad, I guess.
All right, man. I get it. I'll do it.
Sad Philip, around for the boys. To football. To Nick. Hello?
Joe Leonard, listen to me good. It is I.
Oh, Miss Susan B. Anthony.
Yes, Joe.
Wow.
I know.
Not that I mind very much, but why are you in my dreams, Miss Anthony?
Oh, I just thought I'd drop by. Oh, Joe, it would seem that I may have accidentally gotten you into a bit of a pickle, huh?
Oh, it's nothing, Miss Anthony. You were busy getting women the right to vote, and when you gotta go, you gotta go.
You're sweet. I want to help you, Joe. I want to help you keep your house and your head.
My head?
I fear that the stakes of your little game are about to become far more serious than anyone could have imagined. The liberation of man hinges upon it.
With all respect, ma'am, I just don't see how.
Unfortunately, I do.
Well, can't you tell me what's gonna happen?
Unfortunately, I cannot.
Oh, rats.
But I can help you.
But how? You went in that pit. They have photographic evidence.
While I can't erase the past, I believe that I can help you with the future. Are you listening?
Completely.
When the moment comes, the moment that will leave you not knowing what to do next, you must remember these words. Dig it.
Dig it? What is this, the 60s? Dig what?
Remember what I have said, and the outcome will be bigger than either of us could ever say. I have others to visit, though, but do not forget my words. Dig it!
Councilman, are you sure that this will all work, this camel call of yours?
Cattle call, and I am sure. The freaks and fags will flock from every neighboring borough and town for an acting gig. You see, the number of people who believe that they have a knack for the stage, and the number of people who actually do, and the number of paying jobs for actors never match up. But hey, the world needs waiters with big dreams.
But I don't want some reject Santa. I want the real McKay. Somebody who can ho, ho, ho and bring the Christmas spirit to our dirty old town.
Mr. the Mayor, it is the week before Christmas. We will just have to take what we can get.
Oh, but that makes me very sad, Mr. Councilman.
Mr. the Mayor.
For me, please. A really nice, good Santa Kringle Claus.
All right. I'll get back to the search of professionals, comb the Fraternal Order of Real Bearded Santas, but we should still hold the auditions today. Who knows? We may find an ace. Does this please you?
Does it ever? However, there's that other thing, Councilman.
Mr. the Mayor?
I know they do good work. You don't have to tell me that again. And yes, I know that they're all supposedly documented, naturalized citizens of the United States of America. I know all of that, so you can save your breath.
Sir, the times are changing. We have to become more inclusive around here. Believe me, they do the job about the same as anyone you would prefer. But the beautiful part is that we don't have to pay them as much.
Making your mayor feel uncomfortable just to save a few bucks? We're conservatives, but don't some things warrant a little extra expenditure?
Look, I'm none too pleased about allowing a woman on the city council, but she won her seat in the election, in spite of us rigging everything that we could. There are only a few thousand people in Habertown, yet nearly twice our population voted in our election. If you skewed it any more, people would know.
Couldn't we try to invent one last scandal?
Sir, if our claim that she went to college and fought in the civil rights movement didn't sway voters, nothing will.
You're right. And when you're right, you're right.
Believe me, I wish I weren't.
Oh, woe. Woe is here and woe is fro. I am in Habertown, but I couldn't be any less of Habertown. Just look around. These people don't even know who Morrissey is. They're too obsessed with buying things, drinking things, too busy occupying their minds to bother noticing their sadness. It's all here on this old bulletin board. The values of the town. Munch at Cook's Bar and Grill. Let us cook for you at Munch's Bar and Grill. Let's not forget summer tans in December and Habertown Igloo football tickets. Oh, and look. Oh, audition in front of the City Council of Habertown. Wanted individual to wear Santa costume at this year's tree lighting. She knew. Oh, she knew that this would happen. She really did. I got less sleep last night than I did the night before. I used to dream in the day. Seems I don't dream anymore. And I'm tired of living. I lost the ability to care. They told me to try to fit in, but it's a round hole and I'm a square. When I choke, I hope it's death. It's just an effect of these cigarettes. The only way to vanquish my pain is to find my place inside the gang. If there's no space for myself, why should there be space for anybody else? If there's no space for myself, why should there be space for anybody else? I was visited by Susan, the captain of the boat. She said,
Kid, stop your whining. Get out and grab life by the throat.
she told me to dress in a red suit and to practice my laughing show. She wasn't some apparition. She wasn't putting on a show. I got less sleep last night than I did the night before. But it was full of substance, a message that I can't ignore. I'll find a space for myself, then I'll be as one with everybody else. I'll find a space for myself, then I'll be as one with everybody else. I'll find a space for myself, then I'll be as one with everybody else. I'll find a space for myself, then I'll be as one with everybody else. I'll find a space for myself, then I'll be as one. this is just my foot in the door, and then I'll do something that will really win everyone over. Let's see. What does the city council like? Guns? Oh, they got plenty of those. Cheap liquor? Oh, they got plenty of that. Oh, government. No, they hate government. The only thing they like about government is when government limits government. How hard could it be to make a law that they would like? Oh, that's it. I've got to get writing.
They put the mayo right on the sandwich now. They got rid of the packets. I don't remember if you like mayo on your sandwich or not, so I just let them put the mayo on because I figured you wouldn't want to go ask him about it on account of you're not the one who really bought the sandwich, and you probably don't want me to have to go up there and ask him to put it on because it's your sandwich, and that would be kind of infantilizing, right? So I figured I like mayo, why not just get it for you that way?
I like mayo just fine, thanks. But I really would have rather had it without the mayo. Still, I'm not mad at you. Thanks for the sandwich.
Hey, you're welcome.
I really like the Army.
That's great. Me too.
I'm thinking I'll try and re-up. Maybe see the world.
The world's a scary place, Nick.
Sometimes I think Habertown is a pretty scary place.
I've always said I'd rather live downtown.
There's so much crime, Nancy. So much filth and violence. How could a little baby ever get any sleep with so much pain everywhere?
I've been keeping an eye on the real estate market. Everything's down. My dad says it's no good. The wrong kind of people are going to start coming in. Maybe even the kind of people you're worried about. Maybe we could do Habertown a favor by buying up one of those houses before they do.
I can't buy you a house or a baby right now. I've got to focus on my career. I can still hear my brother's hearts beating. They need me.
Can't you hear my heart beating, Nick? Don't you know I need you?
I need you too, Nancy. I need you to need me like I need them. But would you die for me? Don't you know they would die for me?
Maybe I would die for you, Nick, but I can't just live for you. I want to live by you, with you.
Yeah. Well, I found a place I like on Zillow anyway. If I don't re-up, we can look at it in a few months, see if you like it. It has really nice windows and everything.
That's pretty cool.
It's okay to have a job. It's okay if they don't pay us enough. It's alright. It's alright.
Bobby! No! Bobby, no! No, Bobby! Damn these trees straight to hell! Oh, doctor, please!
That's just absolutely disgusting.
It's just a damn shame to see a man struck down in his prime like that. He was in the best shape of his life, always so tan and ready for action. He could just have made something of himself.
Oh, Bill, this can't be real. Bob always said he hated trees. Well, Jesus Christ, maybe he's right.
But can't you see? As in all tragedies, Jimmy, the root of this is really just hubris. Why, look now! They said to us to clear out just a few of these trees, but why? In a drunken fury, it seems we've just killed every damn tree up and down the street. I don't know about you, but the irony is not lost on me that our frame was crushed by that very last tree.
What the hell are you trying to say, Bill? Why don't you just calm down?
I'm sorry, you're right. Fuck these trees.
Guess I'm gonna have to tell Joe.
Since when do you care about that loser? Call his mom, for Christ's sake.
Right, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Joe's mom would,
Hey, Rod.
Hey, Joe. Hey, you don't look so good.
Well, it's been a long week.
Hey, ain't that the truth?
Any luck tonight?
A bit. Well, hey, you know Fred?
Angry guy, tall?
Angry is one word for it. Well, he bought them all.
All of them?
Anything round and fibrous? Yeah, he got it all.
Apples make a grocery, Rod. Would you even feel comfortable walking in here and not seeing one apple? Even if it was soft, that's just a disappointment. Most people aren't even here for apples, but if they walk in here and there's not even one single apple, they're gonna think something's wrong.
A simple solution here is we just put out yesterday's apples.
And if the health department swings by?
And if the health department swings by, grow up, will you? Candy has a deal with those cheats. They check this place on a rotation anyway, and we have the sheet.
A deal. Candy never mentioned anything about that. Anyway, Rod, it won't only be us? You're telling me this town is just out of apples?
All of the entire eastern seaboard, my friend, is out of apples. You know how it works.
And just what is Fred gonna do with all these apples?
All I know is he wanted them. These guys, they don't sleep. They're out every night. Lines of coke and catnaps are the only thing that keeps them going.
And just what makes you so special, Rod? How am I supposed to know you didn't just mess up?
And lose this job and start a new life in the daytime?
And would that be so bad?
Forget it. Other than that, it's your standard pull. Maybe today you put the bananas up front, you put whatever apples you got lying around, wherever we keep the bananas, maybe nobody will even notice.
A change like that isn't going to be easy, but I'll talk to Candy. You get some rest, Rod.
Apples aren't everything. Good luck.
Ha, Candy. I can't stay mad at you when you're that good.
Katie, the fact that you want to stay mad at me really says it all. You've got no loyalty. I'm beginning to wonder if you're not just some tramp.
Where's this coming from? You just said you loved me.
I think we both know that's code. Where's your sense of humor?
This isn't very funny.
Making time with you is no joke. I just need to know I can count on you to really keep those lips tight.
Candy! You're never gonna believe this.
Button my fly and hit the bricks.
That goon Fred bought all the apples, Candy.
Almost as much of a worthless troll as you are. You're gonna get me those apples back.
But I can't, Candy. I don't have the time right now. He doesn't keep daytime hours, and I've got football practice tonight. I gotta keep in shape.
Ha! Keep? Come on, boy. Where's your loyalty? I don't even want you to call him. I want you to show up and talk to him. And tonight, no less. Or else.
Are you gonna pay me overtime?
Well, they changed that law, so I don't, have to. No, not a chance.
So, are you gonna fire me then?
Not this time, Joe. But you've changed. Watch yourself.
It is finished. The bill that will put me on the map. I've got to get to City Hall and dazzle the good old boys.
Yo! He's running! He's running! Olay! Bill in hand, he'll make a stand that will bring him fame and love and running! He's running! He's running! Olay! Bill in hand, he'll make a stand that will bring him fame and love and cut the safety net. Buy a private jet. It's in a better place. Worker, you won't eat. Weakness meets defeat. A new and better race. He's running, he's running, he's running. Olay! Bill in hand, he'll make a stand that will bring him fame and love and running. He's running, he's running. Olay! Bill in hand, he'll make a stand that will bring him fame and love and fame and love and fame and love and fame.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Look, he fits in our suit perfectly.
And that pasty complexion. Santa!
Have you all been good little boys this year?
We have! We have! We've been very good little boys!
Well, good little boys deserve a special gift, and boys, Santa is here to deliver.
Why, how did we not ever think of this?
It's so perfect.
So pristine. We'll abolish welfare.
And live our wildest dreams.
Sad boy, you've got the job.
Found a space for myself, and now I am as one. everybody else, everybody else.
Boys, let's get to work. These sacks aren't gonna ship themselves off to Washington. Put the muscle in it. We scoop and shovel, bunch and bundle, throw it in the sack. Then it ships on to Washington, we don't need it back. We cut the welfare / the healthcare, check out our fat stacks. Screw the poor attitude du jour, we can't help but laugh.
But what about those less fortunate than we? I see them sometimes on my own TV. Isn't there something a bit obscene about ignoring my neighbor in the interest of me?
Scoop and shovel, bunch and bundle, throw it in the sack. Then it ships on to Washington, we don't need it back. We cut the welfare / the healthcare, check out our fat stacks. Screw the poor attitude du jour, we can't help but laugh.
Hello, one and all. I'm Don Tallyho, coming to you from GNC Channel 3. You're watching the 4 o'clock Channel 5 News at 6. We begin tonight's broadcast by checking in with our live feed of Space Pope. Here we see him carrying out some maintenance that is paramount in keeping him alive. After NASA's pneumatic drills bore a cave into the surface of the moon, Space Pope had to install the steam-powered heating system for his new home, as temperatures on the moon can plummet down to the neighborhood of negative 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Sheesh. The only other thing I know that can be that cold and unforgiving is my mother. Space Pope is currently releasing the pressure valves on his heating system, which he must do in order to... Look, I don't have to explain everything to you. Don't you people ever learn anything for yourselves? Why should I be responsible for teaching you how a heating system works? Don't you have homes? What I'm saying is you're not...
Nick! Jimmy! Billy!
Bobby!
Let's go get a drink with the boys.
All
right, we're here now.
Hey, Sad Philip, heading in for another shift?
Yeah.
What's got you so happy? Normally you're more bummed out than I am.
I've never felt so alive. I've got a bill passed through city council. I'm going to be Santa Claus. Life is wonderful.
Well, that's great news. We're going to head in to get ourselves a drink. Why don't you join us for a,
Turn it around, boys. Bartleby's has gone under, thanks to your faggy friend here.
What?
What?
No, what?
Sad Philip here has gone into politics. He wrote up a bill.
Since when do bills shut down bars?
Ever since bills remove all government subsidies from private establishments. All $3 stores in town have shut down. The old consignment shop is now gone. Andrew's, Paulie's, and Pete's Pizzas all went under. And now, after 17 years of service to this community, I've got to shut down my old girl. And it's all thanks to Phil here. Suck a fat one, Boy George.
Yeah, suck a fat one, Boy George.
Have you guys ever thought about dying before?
Of course I have. Remember that guy died during the Super Bowl? He had scored a Super Bowl touchdown the year before, so he was damned if he wasn't going to this time. He ran so damn hard that a lineman blindsided him by mistake and crushed one of his ribs into his heart. I think death is very sacred.
I didn't used to think about dying very much because I don't like to. I think the reason I like football so much is that it's a celebration of life, or even the struggle for life.
I feel most alive when life is not a struggle.
I feel most alive with a beer in my hands.
Let's get smashed and watch the game, boys, for fun's sake.
For fun's sake.
We've got spirit. How about you?
We've got spirit. Yes, we do.
Feel your spirit. Speak its truth.
Feel your spirit. Be renewed.
The half is at the line. Third comes up. Intercepted by the end. Taking it all the way around with the hook, the crook, and the golden boy cracks the goose.
Isn't this nice, Katie? That we can all get together to watch a football game?
It sure is, Nance.
This spinach dip is really great, isn't it, Katie?
It sure is, Nance.
I don't really understand football, Katie.
Neither do I, Nance.
Hey, Katie. I don't mean to be rude, but how come you still go to church when you've been living in sin?
I don't look at it that way, Nancy.
Your kids don't go to church.
Our kids aren't old enough for all the sex and violence, and besides, I'd rather let them make their own minds up.
Hey ladies, Sports Scene is on!
We now take you live to the PJ Livermore Law Affiliates halftime show.
Merry Christmas, Mr. President, kiss my ass. I didn't vote for you, get off my back. I am a man of rights here in your house of lies, just kiss my ass. Merry Christmas, Mr. President, lick my butthole. I'll feed you a sandwich full of knuckle. I didn't vote for you, I'm telling you for true, just kiss my ass. Merry Christmas, Mr. President, bite my taint. I'll teach you the true meaning of pain. I didn't vote for you, I'm telling you for true, just kiss my ass. Yeah, pucker up, buddy. Merry Christmas.
Gentlemen, if this isn't our war march, I don't know what is. Let's get out there and practice so that we can beat these haberdashers into the ground.
Yeah! Jimmy is all set to run the Egyptian maple route with Billy steaming in the tabernacle. And here we go.
We got spirit, how about you? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Feel your spirit be renewed. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Football is a way of life. All is right, all is right. Football is a guiding light. End of night, end of night. We've got spirit, how about you? Yes, we do, yes, we do. Feel your spirit be renewed. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Football is more than a game. God is fame, God is pain. Money, power, muscle tone. Not alone, not alone. Beer for water, wings for bread. Keep us fed, keep us fed. Our skin is thin, our blood is red. God is dead, God is dead. We've got spirit, how about you? Yes, we do, yes, we do. Feel your spirit be renewed. Hallelujah, hallelujah. We've got spirit, how about you? Yes, we do, yes, we do. Feel your spirit be renewed. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Whoa, that's gonna hurt. Jimmy got razzle-dazzled with a real haymaker by Nick the Neck. Joe fumbled the ball outside the pocket, which is a 35-yard penalty. Folks, this looks grim. I have little confidence that these yokels will be able to score more points in the football game against the Haberdashers, those beautiful edifices of strength and vitality. I hope there's gonna be a whole fleet of ambulances on standby because, whoo doggy, are they gonna need it? This is John Medino saying hey, hey, and night-night.
Well, we really tried out there, Joe. Maybe if we...
Jimmy. I'm feeling pretty down. All I want to do is drink until I forget this whole night.
Okay, Joe, let's do that. Katie, you head on home. I'll be right behind you.
You're not telling me when to go home.
I am, and I'm saying go home now.
You're such a tool, Jimmy.
You don't gotta be so bossy like that.
It's the only way she listens to me. Enough about that. We gotta pick up our fearless leader with a few pick-me-ups. To Joe!
To Joe.
To Joe!
To Joe.
To Joe!
To Joe.
Oy vey.
It's 4 a.m.
Ugh.
Jim, I can't keep living like this.
Katie, back off.
Dinner's been cold for 8 hours. You told me you wanted chicken cacciatore. I made chicken cacciatore. The kids don't like chicken cacciatore. I don't like chicken cacciatore. You like chicken cacciatore. And here you are, drunk, vomit all down your church clothes. You want me to back off?
Katie, back off.
Don't tell me to back off, Jimmy.
Back off.
Don't you tell me to back off.
I'm going to bed.
Well, you're not going to my bed.
It's my bed, too.
I've had that bed since before you came along, Jimmy. You smell like death and you're scaring my children.
They are my children, too, Katie.
Jimmy, come on.
Don't tell me to come on.
Jim, you're not staying here. Go to that screw-up Joe's house or one of your other screw-up friends.
Would you just lay off? You're gonna give me an aneurysm. I'm a running back. I've always been a running back. You're killing me.
You're killing yourself, and you're gonna give my children a complex.
Would you cut it out with my children?
No, they are my children. Don't you know anything? Don't your friends tell you anything? Everybody in this town knows. Why do you think Candy has such a hard time? All his friends know, and all your friends know.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say you need to quit this football star nonsense and get a new job or you're out of this house.
No, what does everybody know? What is it you're not telling me?
Good night and goodbye, Jimmy.
Jeez, what a night. What's this? Joe, come down to my freaking office when you get a chance. Happy Monday to you too, Candy.
You got the note then?
Yes, Candy, I got your note. What do you want?
Well, Joe, first I wanted to see if you could read. I very much doubted you could, seeing as how you're such a moron. Then I wanted to see if the words that you read actually meant anything to you, and if you could interpret those words on a page and follow those instructions. Again, I didn't expect any of this, as your mind is equitable to that of a Jell-O mold.
Candy, what is it?
When are you gonna grow up, Joe? You're getting wasted on Sunday nights, watching and playing football with the cretins of the earth. I mean, this crew that you're playing with are such scum that—
At least I'm playing.
What did you just say to me?
We're actually playing the game instead of just wishing that we were.
See here, boy. You won't play in this game. None of your low-life friends will play in this game. And should you defy me, you won't work in my grocery store anymore.
That's illegal.
It's your word against mine. And my word has nearly 20 years of seniority.
You have lost it. You're a jealous old man filled with regret.
And you're an unrealistic young man filled with nothing other than this job. And soon you may not even have that. Get out.
Is it because we didn't let you join the team, Candy?
Now hear this. You can rest assured that if you play in this game, I will be on the other side waiting to kick your ass all on the field.
I'll see you out there.
Candy?
Katie!
Candy, what's this note?
Well, Katie, first I wanted to see if you could read. I very much doubted you could, seeing as how you're such a moron. Then I wanted to see if the words that you read actually meant anything to you, and if you could interpret—
Shut the hell up, Candy.
Can I finish?
No, Candy. I put up with this at home. I put up with it at work. I don't need to put up with it with you.
Put up with me? Listen here, girl. I am the one that puts up with you crying on my shoulder. I'm the one that puts up with your inability to kick that scumbag to the curb.
I don't need a lecture.
I just chewed out and threatened to fire my right-hand man, all to get back at Jimmy and ruin his stupid game. I did all of that for you. because you can't find it in your heart to leave that pathetic coward.
You didn't.
Sweet Cheeks, if you won't make him leave, I will.
It is incredible how self-absorbed you are.
I'm the most important thing in my life. The second I lose sight of that is the second I end up like you. Now get out!
Nance, Nick, boys, it's nice to see you two. What size shoes are you two sweet babies wearing?
A 6, please.
Coming right up, doll cakes. I'll be right back with that.
Thanks. Gee, isn't this exciting, Nick? A night out on the town?
Yeah.
It's so nice to have you back. I can hardly believe it.
Uh-huh. Here you are, little lady. And what about you, Nicky Daddy-O?
I'm okay, Shug. Thanks.
All right, boss.
You don't want to play? Why'd you bring us down here, then?
I don't know. I just wanted to see all the old haunts, I guess. Can't we just talk?
Oh, okay. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
Alright. So, how's Joe? Katie doesn't like him very much. They work together. He's your friend, but I don't know anything about him myself.
There's not much to know. For a while now, all he's done is keep up that house and really just the yard.
So this must be nice for him then, playing football?
I guess. To be honest, I get why he's alone. He's kind of a tool.
He was always kind of a tool, though. But he seems kind of sweet. Maybe he just wants everyone to like him, you know?
What a horrible way to go through life. Just gross and awful. What could be less manly than to constantly need everyone to like you like that? To just take whatever nugget of himself there might be left in favor of fitting into some kind of... just to have a sense of belonging. Sad.
Real validation can only come from true love, but you can't blame him for trying, Nick. How else is he gonna find true love?
I remember high school like it was the other day. I remember high school classes. I remember high school plays. I remember high school feelings I wish never went away. I remember high school every day. I'm not sentimental about essays and grades, or being experimental, or the games young lovers played. Mostly I got picked on, but still I followed through. What I remember most of all is you. We were 15 when we met. Were you 16? I forget. You took me out for ice cream, and your best friend David drove us. Then he got drunk with his cousins, 'cause he was always hopeless. And we walked home all the way from the poor folks' side of town. And your mom bought you a car so you could drive us around. I remember high school like it was the other day. I remember high school classes. I remember high school plays. I remember high school feelings I wish never went away. I remember high school every day.
The Army is a magical place, Nancy. There's no place quite like it.
That's great, Nick.
I mean it.
I never said you didn't.
It's the best place in the whole world.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about here, with me?
Habertown is fine for people like you, Nancy.
I think you better listen to yourself, Nick. You'll hear how much you're hurting my feelings.
There's nothing in this town for me anymore. I've outgrown this place. I belong out there with my brothers, cruising around in our Hercules, picking up convoys in distress. I'm a hero out there. I'm nothing here.
Oh, spare me, Nick. You're something to me, and you're something to everyone here. While you may think that they're all just a bunch of lowlives and drunks, they're paying for you to go riding around in your precious Hercules. They're paying in their taxes and their undying devotion to you at football games and their prayer. And you think nothing of them, or of me.
You always do this.
How can I always do anything with you if I almost never see you? I can't pin you down for more than 5 minutes, and when I finally get in your lane, I just keep striking out.
Look, Nance, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Let's just roll out of here.
We just got here. I haven't even played a single frame.
There's plenty of time for frames later. I got some stuff to do, but let's get a pizza tonight.
You said we were gonna get lobsters.
Well, I'm too good to buy you lobsters now. You know, they used to serve lobster to thieves and child molesters in jail. Maybe you're just too good for lobsters, huh?
You are really losing your mind.
Maybe you're right. I don't know. I've got a thing. Let's just get lobsters later.
All right. I guess so.
All right.
Sports fans, the big day is nearly upon us. Tomorrow, the Haberdashers will clash with the Brownell boys, and for a lack of creative terms, I am half-mast just thinking about it. The snap, the cheers, the crab dip, the beers. Boy, it just doesn't get much better than that, ladies and gentlemen. I mean...
Oh, Christ, John! You're doing it again!
Whoa, Nelly! Excuse me, folks, we got a technical issue that should be resolved in a jiffy.
When is this childish nonsense gonna stop, John?
Hey now, we're live!
John, snap out of it! You're not a sports broadcaster! You're a crazy old man talking into an empty can of clam chowder! And you're scaring the kids who came to this field to have a nice time!
Folks, pay no mind to the old hag. Security will be in to escort her out, I assure you.
Oh? Hag? That's it, John! Whenever you come out of this make-believe land, you can pull the tree out of the attic and set it up yourself.
That fake
it's
tree?
Christmas Eve.
That hunk of plastic?
And we gotta get
That's no tree at all! Give me the fruit of the pine, man! A genuine Douglas fir! The sap! The scent!
My baby said that she don't like the smell, and my baby said she's allergic as well, but it's all lost on me when you say to get rid of my Christmas tree. It's where I'll draw the line, 'cause December ain't December without a pine. I've been waiting for the duration of 3 seasons through the spring, summer, fall, and now it's winter. I need this end today. No matter what you say, remember all the times I let you get your way, like when I didn't mind when you went out and took down my life. I didn't mind when you made me watch the lake house. I didn't mind when you went and took your money maker for the guys. This is where I draw the line, 'cause December ain't December without a pine. Don't tell me that plastic abomination in the attic is going to fill the void in my heart, and so polyvinyl chloride brings tears to my eyes. It puzzles my mind how something could be so ugly. I really tried my best to strike up a compromise. I even lied to my mother, told her I was captured by Bosnian by so we can spend the holidays with your family. This is where I draw the line. 'Cause December ain't December without a pine. Then she said to me, it's me or the tree. I confess I didn't think too deeply. I held her in my arms, I pressed her cheek to mine, I whispered in her ear, I'm spending this Christmas with my pie.
Just twiddling your thumbs now, eh? Well, me too. Ever since you got my baby shut down. I don't only resent, but I also hate you.
So, anyway, I don't think I needed that job for much longer anyway.
Your mom was right about you. Absolutely aimless.
No, I was aimless, but now I've got, purpose.
That's a funny word for it. I don't remember you bringing up politics or economics.
Mom always said, don't dump where you yum.
I read the Wallace Street Journal while I pour out mimosas to the alcoholics during breakfast. I talk to John, used to work for the Lord in London. That guy knows everything. You never asked him a question? Maybe you were listening, kid, but you never had a word to say about it.
Current events have never interested me. I live outside of time.
Well, if that's all you've got to say for it, when this politicking falls through, you're just gonna be living outside.
I think you're gonna be the one living outside.
Shut up, Boy George. The man is coming on the television.
Good evening. This is Don Tallyho, and we are a mere 24 hours away from the Christmas tree lighting tomorrow night. But first, I have breaking news from City Hall, where moments ago, protesters were arrested for public indecency and violating the law following a speech by the mayor on his new welfare program. The mayor had this to say about the expansion of his welfare program.
There is too much money in politics, and not enough money. And why? The leeches take the government's money. They take your money. I want to redirect the relentless cash flow from the dregs of society to the people who are fighting to limit control over the land. No more welfare queens or food stamp fairies. No more toleration of endless highway development projects. There were a great many things wrong with the New Deal, folks. A great many. I want you wasters to go home and check your mail because the checks won't be there on the 1st and the 15th. It is through my truly great and wonderful, and I mean really wonderful, terrific insight that Habertown will not only improve, we are too big to fail. I sincerely hope that you rats who suck off the system have a good place to hide because when God comes around to collect his jewels, he sorts the chaff from the wheat.
He stole my idea. I'll kill him. I'll kill him.
Mr. the Mayor, that was truly inspired.
It feels good to get out there, Councilman, to get out there and say things, and they just happen.
Well, of course. It's not quite that simple. There's an entire fleet of people who work around the clock without eating, sleeping, and so on to make it a reality. But yes, Mr. the Mayor, your words carry weight.
Wait just a second here. That was my plan, and you know it. Mine.
Who's the Tutti Frutti Cupcake?
Boy, how dare you raise your voice in the presence of the mayor? We could have you strung up for this.
I thought this thing up from start to finish. You can't just go and steal it.
Boy, we gave you the role of Santa Claus, and I'm already seeing that was a mistake. If you show your face around City Hall again, I can assure you that no one will recognize that face again. Guards! I don't see you all week, and you come in like that?
What's that supposed to mean?
It's supposed to mean what gives you the right to be out night after night, and not so much as a little heads up.
Well, sorry. I didn't know I was missing anything.
You're not missing anything, but just a little heads up, okay?
Sorry, Dad. You know Nick's back in town.
And what's that supposed to mean? You eat out?
Sure we do. He's got money now.
As he should. His service is instrumental.
What are we having tonight?
It's the tree lighting. I have a meeting with the mayor. You're more than welcome to join us. We're getting Fabrizios.
Gosh, right. Nick and I are getting lobsters. I can't do it.
Is he still rolling around in the mud with nitwits?
Don't be such a jerk. Joe's a nice guy. He's got a good job. And Jimmy, he could use a hand.
They're alcoholics and they need to be taught a lesson.
Dad.
You know, you used to be busy like this. You came in late every night and I never minded because I knew you were out with your girlfriends and I knew they were all good girls. Some of those girls could have been sent to college.
Those are my friends. I still see these people.
But they've got families now, don't they?
I'm not old yet.
You look old. And what? You're waiting to get married? What? You're afraid to be a widow? What? You're afraid to be a mother? What? Maybe you could have started a life by now. What? You waiting for somebody better?
What are you talking about? Nick has been in town for a couple of days, and he'll be here a few days more.
He'll always be in town a couple of days. He's a busy man. There's a whole world out there. He has to protect it from itself.
So what's the problem with that?
God damn it, he has to protect the world. He doesn't have time to protect you.
I can take care of myself. Let me fix you a drink. Calm down.
But you keep him around 'cause you need a story to tell, 2 feet on the ground. Your friends don't really care about you all that much. Mostly they just keep in touch and ask about your boyfriend in the army. You don't really like him, but you tell him you do, just so you can complain about the terrible things he says to you. Your friends don't really care about you all that much, mostly 'cause you're losing touch. Is that all you think about still? Why don't you go to school? You could probably get along, and you could probably live downtown, be cool, away from home.
Well, he hates the city, so we're sticking around. When he's off duty, we're gonna look at a place he found.
He doesn't really care about you all that much. It's just nice to keep in touch and get your naked pictures on his phone. You know that you don't care about him all that much. You'd prefer someone to touch, but at least you know you're not alone. Maybe he'll die. God forbid. You have to try and try to not even kid. But he doesn't care about you all that much. He'd bed down with any slut, and I hear they let women in the army.
Why don't I go to school? I could probably get a loan. I could probably live downtown, be cool, away from home, away from come home.
So I've had lobster twice since I've been back, like, as in today makes 3.
Isn't lobster kind of expensive?
That's the thing. I went to the in-front beef barn. They do like a coupon deal. They're never any good though, 'cause it's a beef place. And the surf and turf is kind of like frozen, you know, an afterthought. So I wanted to take you here.
How sweet.
So I want to go to the food court. I'm selfish. I want to take you somewhere nice for shellfish. I'm still selfish. I think you're just mad at me.
Well, maybe I am mad.
Because I want to live my life? Because I want to be a hero? You know, even if life is as empty and meaningless as I'm supposed to act like I think it is, I can still be a hero.
You know, Odysseus traveled the world, slept around, slew monsters, and buried his brothers. But he gave his woman a kid, and what he wanted most of all was to return to her.
Times have changed, you know. I've got a cell phone. I can talk to you. I've met all kinds of guys who live all kinds of lives, have all kinds of relationships and arrangements.
My dad was right about you, Nick. You're a pig.
Your dad is a goddamn psycho, Nancy. And if you're gonna let him talk about me like that, then why don't you just go to the mayor's Christmas lighting, whatever?
I guess so, hero.
Nancy, wait!
No.
Don't you see? Your old man. He's trying to get you to leave me so that I'll be too depressed to play in the big game tomorrow. Son of a bitch!
You're about to lose me and all you can think about is football?
You want this, don't you? You want me to be off my game so that I can get clobbered by the haberdashers, get hurt, and not go back to the army. You're trying to keep me here for your own gain.
You need help, Nick, but it won't be from me anymore.
Hey, Joe. Yeah, hey. Are you still at work? Yeah, well, so I'm at the restaurant, like the nice one by your store. Yeah. So you wanna like come by? Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll just stall the waiter.
You don't have to stay, buddy. We're not gonna make you pay for the bread.
I called up my friend and he's coming.
It looks like your friend's here.
Thanks. We'll take 2 lobsters.
All right.
Hey, what's up, Nick? Why'd you call me here?
Well, I think the haberdashers are really trying to hurt us, Joe.
What do you mean?
The councilman just sent Nancy over here to break up with me.
Did she do it?
She did.
That's just awful, Nick. I always thought you guys were really in love.
Maybe we were in love, but maybe it's easy for kids to be in love.
I just don't understand what's so complicated about football. Why can't we all just play a game together? It's like candy, right? I was just talking smack. He had to take it so personally, get so competitive. Why couldn't the mayor just level with me that I don't want to hang out with him on Christmas? Like, there's Easter, there's any given Sunday. I just wanted to spend time with people that I care about for once, and now it's your problem, and Bobby's dead, and Jimmy is drinking more than ever. Maybe there's a reason I don't get out much, huh?
Yeah, there is. I just had my heart broken. I call you to tell you, and what do I get? Your problems.
Why has it gotta be a competition? I'm trying to tell you, Nick, we're a family, this town, these people, you know? In many primitive civilizations, it is common for young men to kill their fathers and vice versa, for fear of some embarrassment that the other might cause. I think these old men are really embarrassed of us.
I always thought I was a lover, but what you're telling me is I've got to be a killer?
I'm telling you, you've got to be a quarterback.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
You now know what you must do. Go with pride and go with joy. You will bring the truth to your home. Surely, not all will buy it, but really, that's their problem.
1.
He wasn't ready to know the truth, maybe in time, but for now, this version is perfectly harmless. We'll know that Space Pope is ready when he knows it himself, just as we know everything else about everything else.
Bastards, bastards, gangsters! No good bunch of geriatric banksters. I'm so very angry with them I could just shout and stomp and feel absolutely cross. If only I wouldn't care so much about other people. It would be much easier to write them off as a bunch of monsters that way. Oh, and look at that. They're all having a nice time at the Christmas tree lighting. I should be having a nice time. I was gonna be somebody. I was gonna be Mr. Christmas Claus. Why, I have half a mind to break into this here Spacies and steal that Santa outfit right off the mannequin and prance around town and make others jolly and bright. But stealing is wrong, and I wouldn't bring myself to such a low...
Daddy.
And you, Tubby. Angels don't have chocolate stains all around their mouths. You look like a coprophiliac, and that is a sin. And sins have no place in our Christmas tree lighting. So go turn in your costume to Teresa over there.
Dad.
What? What do you want?
It's Nick, Daddy.
Baby, showtime is in 15 minutes. And unless Nick is about to show up with the little twerps that were supposed to be the reindeer, I don't want to hear it. Hey, easy with those presents. We need the wrapping paper to last. You tear it, you get your ass back to the city hall and wrap any old box lying around.
I left him.
What?
I left Nick. I thought you'd be pleased.
As punch. You incompetent plebeians, the word solstice has a C in it.
Daddy, I'm having a time.
You and I both. Go have a time somewhere else, huh? Why didn't you go help Teresa at costume returns? She'd be great at acting like she cares about your problems.
Now you listen here. It's not even supposed to be a problem. I spent my whole goddamn life trying to please you and never did it once. I'm not gonna let you screw around with my head anymore. It's your turn to get the cold shoulder, you prick.
Whatever. Go brag to Teresa then.
Nancy, what's wrong?
Have you seen Nick, Katie? I really messed up. I need to find him.
He's probably out with Jimmy.
Where?
I don't know. Jimmy said it had something to do with that stupid game tomorrow. That's all he talks about, you know. It's the only...
Let's go. I'm parked over by the Spacies.
I am become the red man, giver of gifts. Wahoo!
Oh, Councilman, it was just beautiful. Oh, Jimbo Sr. would have loved every minute of it. I think that this was our best Christmas tree lighting in Habertown history.
I'm glad that it pleased you, Mr. the Mayor. I'll watch your leg. All right, lay your head back. There were a few hiccups in the preparation, but all right, let me tuck you here. Great. But I think all in all, it was a success.
A rip-roaring one. I usually dread seeing all of the cretin of this town, but somehow, when they're all gathered around the old tree singing songs, it fills my heart with a certain something.
Yes, sir.
Councilman, did you sort out our little issue with the Army man quarterback?
Yeah, she left him. He'll either be so depressed that he won't play, or he'll be so depressed that he won't play well. In either case, the Haberdashers are slated for a blowout with you at the helm, Mr. Quarterback.
Oh, bless your sweet tight end.
Yes, very good, Mr. the Mayor. We got a big day tomorrow. Get some sleep, champ.
Councilman, I have to get something off my chest here. I haven't been sleeping great at all. Not great at all. Do you ever think maybe our time at the top is dwindling down? That it's all gonna come to an end someday.
Mr. the Mayor, you're a confident guy, but I've never met anyone more confident than I. So if you need just a little advice, just pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Mr. the Mayor, you're a man of means. To those who can afford it, you don't come cheap, but to those who can, The price is free, just pick yourself up by your bootstraps.
But, Councilman, what can I say? It's hard times in the USA. Those Reagan days have blown away, and Armageddon's any day.
Mr. the Mayor, you're the people's choice. Your generation has found its voice, and in your message they'll rejoice when you pick yourself up by your bootstraps. I'll pick myself up by my bootstraps. Good night, Mr. the Mayor.
Oh, Mr. the Mayor!
What's that? Who's that?
Oh, you don't recognize me. Haven't you ever opened a history book, you crusty old gizzard?
Oh, lay off me, you crow. I knew I shouldn't have eaten the entire Jell-O mold before bed. It only gives me indigestion and nightmares. Also, it's Christmas Eve. What makes you think I want to spend my Christmas Eve
I
with...
have transcended space and time, and you
But-
would listen to me.
But...
Tomorrow's game, yes, I know all about your fraudulent game, you rotten exploiter, will not end in any conventional manner. It will end by the crash and the cross.
Why, of course it will end with a crash and the cross. It's our best play. Look, spooky ghost lady, I don't know who you are, but you are interrupting my standard 13 hours of sleep, and I don't appreciate...
I am Susan B. Anthony, and while I have no concern in saving your life tomorrow, I do very much care about the lives of your constituents.
What do you know about my constituents?
I know that they are a mistreated lot, and that things are to become far worse for them, and that unfortunately you will play an enormous role in preventing mass suffering should you be wise enough to listen to me. Tomorrow, when it happens, drop everything you are doing, thinking, feeling, and do this one thing. Rip it.
What? Is this the 60s again? Rip what? I haven't touched that stuff in years. Okay, I'm trying to quit anyway. Rip what?
Rip it!
Ho, ho, ho! Sports fans, football fans, the day of the big game is upon us all. The Haberdashers, led by Mr. the Mayor, will be taking on the Brownell Boys, led by some local failures. It's looking like a beautiful Christmas day, and more importantly, a beautiful day for some football. A high of 55 degrees and mostly clear skies except for... I thought you could only see shooting stars at night. Anyway, let's go through the lineup of the Haberdashers while we wait for kickoff in our Hydra-specific hype-up show. Number 55, the man in the
Hey, aloha, Joe. Merry Christmas.
And the same to you.
Are you all ready for the big game today?
Keep it down. Candy doesn't know I'm still playing.
And why would that matter?
All you care about is produce, Rod. You didn't hear? Candy doesn't want me to play. He said he's going to fire me if I get on the field.
Are you serious right now?
As a heart attack.
Absolutely ridiculous. Why doesn't he want you to play?
Man, I don't know. I think he feels slighted by something I said. I guess even more than that, he feels jealous that no one asked him to play. It made him feel old and vulnerable and unwanted, maybe.
And what makes you think that he won't find out after the fact? What's the plan then?
As always, I haven't thought it out that far. I know it's not worth throwing my job away over, but at the same time, maybe it's not.
Joe Leonard to the manager's office. Joe Leonard to the manager's office.
And that's my cue. Merry Christmas, Rod.
And a Happy New Year. Do you ever think it's fucked up that we have to work on Christmas a little bit?
All the time.
Come in.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I like that. It's a sign of respect. When I was growing up, everything was yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Some little kid was in here last week, knocking jars of jelly onto the floor. You know what he says to me when I told him to stop? Any idea? He says, "You're not my dad." The nerve. To come in here, smash glass and jelly on my floor, and now I'm the bad guy. Never mind, sir. Never mind manners. These kids, they're so arrogant and gender neutral.
I don't see them here, Nance. This was the last spot.
Are you sure?
Check the list.
Okay. They weren't at Bartleby's because that's closed. We didn't see them at Joe's house or the Privy Pit. No one was at the field. They weren't at your house or mine. Katie, where could they be?
I don't know, honey, but I've got to go home and get a shower before work. Hell, I'll skip the shower.
I can't believe he's making you come in on Christmas.
He just wants his gift.
Katie, aren't you worried about getting caught? Don't you worry about how Jimmy would feel if he knew?
I worry about all of that all of the time, but Nancy, I'm getting long in the tooth. I'm not the youthful beauty that all of the guys want to ask to the dance anymore. I'm not even the youthful beauty that all of the guys want to take to bed at the bar anymore. I know it's lousy, but sometimes it makes me feel good, and it's nice to know that I'm doing something for me. Guilt is common.
I just hope you know what you're doing.
Listen, my kids should be waking up soon. After you drop me off, would you swing over there and pull out the sticky buns I made for them? I ordinarily wouldn't ask, but it's important to me that they have a nice Christmas breakfast.
Sure, Katie.
Great, thanks. I'll meet you at the game after my shift. The kids should be fine. Their grandmother's coming over around 9 to take them to Mass.
Well, what makes you think I'll be at the game?
You just dragged me around all night to look for your sweetheart. You're stuck on him, for better or worse. You wouldn't miss that game for the world.
Oh, I'm stuck, Katie, but not on him.
You are, just like I'm stuck on Jimmy. It's maddening. Thanks again for helping out with the kids. Santa Daddy, I've got a juicy present for you. Woohoo. Oh, Joe, I didn't know you were on today. I thought you would have taken off for the big game. Nancy has been looking all over for Nick. Do you know where?
The big game?
No, Candy, just listen.
The big game? You were still gonna play in that goddamn game after I threatened you and your job?
Candy, you really...
Katie, I'll take my present behind the meat counter. Get the hell out of here.
Candy!
Ow! And as for you, Joe Leonard, you were a good damn employee. Were is the key word there. Get your stuff and get out!
You're just about the...
I couldn't care less about your pansy game of grab ass. I do care about my employees listening to me, which you don't. I can't run a stable with these wild horses. Never mind your stuff. Just get out and never come back, unless you want a security escort.
Fine.
I miss Bobby.
He was the best of all of us, Billy.
He loved this football stuff. He was almost as excited as Joe.
Hey, don't speak ill of the dead.
You know, when we were there, drinking in the Habertown Igloo's locker room last night, in the place where our champions assemble every Sunday, I could have sworn he was there with us. It feels like we're playing for him today. I am, anyway.
We all are, bud. Listen, I'll meet you over at the field. I gotta go get some hot sausages, mayonnaise, and paper towels from the store.
Just have Joe get them. He works there.
I thought of that. He's not picking up at the office. It's no big deal. I'll see you on the field.
Rise and shine, shine, shine. Today's the day, Mr. the Mayor. The day you grind those snot-nosed brats into the ground. We shall rip out their entrails and stomp them on the ground, their excrement and intestinal lining being strewn around the ground. We'll make the place drip with waste and pansy blood. Breakfast?
Councilman, do you ever feel like today is just gonna be different? That you are standing on the edge of something that will change everything, and no matter what you do, it's going to happen with or without your consent?
No, I believe firmly in self-determination. Now eat up. Don't be shy. I made sure that your uniform was tailored a size larger to account for all the holiday goodies you've been ingesting. I wanted to make sure that you wouldn't rip it.
Rip it?
Here's the playbook, Mr. the Mayor. We won't need it, as our defensive line is going to pummel them so severely that they'll hardly be able to cover our wide receivers. But all the same...
Whoa, wait, we're still playing?
Well, yes. Billy confirmed it this morning. He said the whole team will be there.
What?
We tried everything that we
Obviously not. This wasn't supposed to make it onto the field. We were supposed to show up, ham it on the cameras, and show the world that these homosexual millennials can't hang.
Mr. the Mayor, with all respect, you're not scared of them, are you?
No!
Good. Then it won't be anything to tear them to shreds.
Look, I know I can destroy them. I just wasn't counting on having to actually do it.
That isn't a very positive line of thinking.
It's been quite some time since I actually threw the old pigskin around, and it's going to make me all sweaty, which isn't a good look when you're waving to the cameras. Not a good look at all. Lousy.
Unfortunately, you'll just have to be a sweaty hero today, sir. Like John Wayne. Everyone will see that you're a hard-working sports hero. The everyman.
You really think so?
Of course. Now eat the sausage. Today, we fly on the wings of protein.
Rats. No sausage on the rack. I'm gonna have to go to the case. Candy.
Oh, jeez. Hey, Jimmy.
All right, cut the niceties. I'm only talking to you because there isn't any sausage on the rack, and I need some for the big game today.
Well, sometimes sausage ain't where it's supposed to be. Oh. Sometimes, oh, God. Sometimes it's in the strangest place.
All right, shut the hell up and give me 2 pounds, please. Where's my wife?
2 pounds it is. Oh, she's not your wife. You're too chicken shit to seal the deal. She's probably off with the real man who isn't afraid of commitment.
Oh, come on, Candy. I know that you've had a thing for her.
Yeah.
And you know that you needed to back off.
Oh, so now you're willing to step up when you perceive a threat, but you can't be bothered to lock her down when she's counting on you.
Lock her down? Hey, I know I'm not the best husband, but she's a person, goddammit. No matter how you feel about her or how you feel about me, she's her own woman. Not just the object of our desires. Learn some goddamn respect, goddammit.
Jimmy.
Katie, what the hell are you doing down here? Oh my God!
Jimmy, it was the last time, I swear.
You're gonna make me look you in the eye and talk to me about my wife while she's going down on you? What kind of a man is that?
I wasn't forcing her. Maybe if you could please her, she wouldn't come to me.
You're a goddamn snake and a menace.
Up yours. What, are you gonna hit me?
There wouldn't be any sport in that. I'm gonna kick your ass on the football field.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I know you weren't invited to play because you were a goddamn ape. But I'm sure the haberdashers can find a spot for an old prick like you.
Oh, then if I win, I get Katie, and you win, she's yours.
What part aren't you grasping? What makes you think that I, let alone you, get to decide her future? She's her own person. No, Candy. This is just so I can beat your ass into the ground like a proper gentleman. A modern duel.
How romantic.
Thanks, Katie.
And that wraps up the Hydra-specific Hype-Up Show. Boy, are the haberdashers going to clean the clocks of the Brownell boys. I hope that the fat man brought a new hip for Joe Leonard and his teammates, because they're gonna need it. Both teams are walking onto the football field now for a quick warm-up before the kickoff at high noon, which can only mean that it's time for the Walcott's Warm-Up Support Our Vets and Pets show. lacing up his shoes, the hidden gerbil himself starting Haberdash's full center, number 76,
It's our national delight. It's our natural birthright. It's what gets us through the week. Because we know that on Sunday night, the boys are gonna throw on the pads. Corporations will run their ads. Unity between bachelors and dads for corners of televised combat. Transformations and grace, impossible to recount the ways. Football gives us life when we're dying. God bless that dear old gridiron. It's our national delight. It's our natural birthright. It's what gets us through the week. Because we know that on Sunday night, it's our national delight. It's our natural birthright. Complex formations and plays, impossible to recount the ways. Football gives us life when we're dying. God bless that dear old gridiron. Complex formations and ways, impossible to recount the ways. Football gives us life when we're dying. God bless that dear old gridiron. Complex formations and ways, impossible to recount the ways. Football gives us life when we're dying. God bless that dear old gridiron. Complex formations and ways, impossible to recount the ways. Football gives us life when we're dying. God bless that dear old gridiron.
I still don't understand it, but it feels nice to be here for them.
Yeah, Nancy, it does. I don't know how to explain it, but this feels important.
It's all that they care about anymore.
Right, but it feels even bigger than that, like everything's about to change.
Like what, Katie?
You know, Nance, I really don't know, but boy, it is exciting.
Katie, Nancy, how very good to see you here. Seeing as I didn't see either of you at Mass this morning.
Oh, Father Time, it's all my fault. We couldn't find the boys, and I got put on the schedule for work, and...
Oh, ladies, you need not explain anything to me. I completely understand. Now, as for him, well, that's an entirely different matter.
So, Father, I didn't know that you liked football.
But of course, it is the sport of our Lord. There are distinct sides, each led by a representative of the greater enterprise. There was no greater analogy for the battle between Lucifer and the Archangel Gabriel. Haven't you ever wondered why Sunday is the day of both the Sabbath and football? It's one and the same, my children.
Donnie the Bacon Mahogany is lined up for the kickoff. Defense is lined up in the Mayo packet. Boy, is it tense out there. It feels like this big strange world is on the precipice of a permanent alteration of its trajectory. Not by its own volition, but rather an outside, impermeable force. and it will surely encompass and drag us along with it into some new paradigm. Anyway, Donnie is set. The snap, the kick, and we are officially underway. Boy, look at that hang time. Now let's get the Papal Inc. post-kickoff show going. In the coin slot, number 43 for the Haberdashers is true sophomore first-round pick from Boy Raisin University, Stanley McNicknackman. But first, a word from our sponsor.
We got spirit, how about you? Yes, we do, yes, we do. Let your spirit be renewed. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Football is a way of life. All is right, all is right. Football is a guiding light. End of night, end of night.
And the Brownell boys' field goal is good. We're all tied up here at the end of the first 9-9. You know what time it is? Naturally, it's time for the Fandangle Movie App First Quarter Show. Fandangle, the only app that allows you to get someone in the movie theater to open a side door for you, so you don't have to pay exorbitant fees.
We've got spirit, how about you?
Yes, we do, good 42.
Is your target's on the move?
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
I'm the player of the game.
Lombardi name, Hall of Fame. Flaunt the skills that we have honed. Big 6 home, hike and go.
It's the end of the third quarter, and Jeepers Creepers, there is a streak of fire blasting against the horizon that appears to be heading right for us. That, of course, means that it's time for the Slick Roast Off third quarter show. The Brownell boys are up by 2 points, courtesy of Billy, who drilled the ever-loving crap out of the councilman Patrino into his own end zone, which led to a sink.
I've got spirit, how about you? Yes, we do, yes, we do. Let's spill our blood on our shoes. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Ah, Chihuahua! That was a pile-up like I never seen. Looks like Nick is being taken out on a stretcher, which means that the Brownell boys are down a quarterback. The newest Haberdasher, Candy, is looking pretty pleased with the carnage that he has inflicted. Oh boy, the Brownell boys are really in a tight spot here, aren't they?
I've got spirit, how about you?
Yes, we do, yes, we do.
Let's spill their blood on our shoes.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Tit for tat, how do you like that? Jimmy, in what can only be described as an act of vengeance, has obliterated Candy. He is now taking off his helmet, and I feel he is whipping it against Candy's body. This is every bit as excessive as it is entertaining. Why, Candy is bleeding out of every visible orifice. I'm calling it now. Both players will be out for the rest of the game, one of which will be in the hospital. Gee whiz! Maybe even in the morgue this soon. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
We got spirit, how about you? Yes, we do, yes, we do. Let your spirit be renewed. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Beer for water, wings for bread. Keep us fed, keep us fed. Our hearts are black, the sky is red. God is dead, God is dead.
It's an even Steven match here, folks, tied up in lockstep at 18-18. Just like an Indian giver, the second one of these teams offers up the lead, the other springs into action and takes it right on back. And jeepers peepers! That burning effigy from above is careening right towards us. I mean, folks, that thing is plummeting right at us, for cripe's sake. Really, folks, duck and cover, duck and cover!
Ablaze! The Bartleby's burns ablaze! Our game has upset the Lord!
Upset the Lord? Why, Councilman, what do we do?
Well, I don't know.
Councilman, hold this football, will you?
Mr. the Mayor, this is hardly the time to get into your birthday suit. There are cameras everywhere.
Trust me.
Hark! See this pasty red-clad man running towards us. Red, the color of hell and all its demons. He is a false idol. This is his doing.
What should we do, Father?
Simpleton, the answer is clear and concise. We must renew our vow to the Lord. He told us, first thing in the Decalogue, Commandment 1 of 10. He is the Lord that took us out of Egypt, out of the prison house. We have made a mockery of him with our game and with our confusion about the meaning of this Christmas season.
Okay, how do we renew our vow to the Lord?
Well, if he wants to take the place of our Savior so badly, that let's let him. Tack him up on a cross.
I don't understand. I did what you told me to, Susan. I ripped it. Why isn't this madness stopping?
Susan, that's right.
Dig it.
Jesus! Well, at least cover yourself with this, Mr. the Mayor.
The football. You don't think... Jesus. She was right.
The townsfolk are erecting the crucified Santa on their makeshift cross, and he is up! But wait! It appears that there is a tiny spaceman making his way up to the field. Is that? No. He's on the moon. But is it him?
It's him!
Staring into the void, trying hard to destroy the shame and fear from all those years as a Catholic boy.
Making like-minded friends, you play light-hearted pretend. There's no need for ego to feel, 'cause fun never ends.
And what did I learn? Even if you burn the memories to clear some room, you're just running on the fumes.
I picked up tricks on the way when I forgot what to say. It's fun at first, but all at once it was worse. I forgot the game I wanted to play. And what did I learn? Even if you burn the memories to clear some room, you're just running on the fumes.
I thought I knew what to think. Sometimes I laughed and I winked, and now I cough when I used to get off. The blood drains from my face and I blame.
And what did I learn?
Even if you burn the memories to clear some room, you're just running on the fumes. And what did I learn? Even if you burn the memories to clear some room, you're just running on the fumes. You're just running on the fumes.
You're just running on the fumes. Just running on the fumes.
Midlife Christmas was written, produced, and directed by Joseph Glennon and Johnny Chobani, starring Alyssa Shaw as Joanne, Anthony Baker as Candy and Father Time, Bella Amata as Susan B. Anthony, Brock Lava as Simpleton Number 2, Dan McBrady as John Medino, Greg Seavey as Billy and Councilman Jonas, Izzy Tyke as Katie, Jerry Murphy as Jimmy, Joseph Glennon as Joe, Councilman and Swine of the Cosmos number 2, Johnny Chobani as Mayor, Swine of the Cosmos and Bryce Spornstein, Cat Lemon as Sad Phillip, Matt Cahill as Broker number 2, Mike Byrne as Don Tally-Ho, Nick Gabago as Big Fella number 1, Odin Boppel as Simpleton number 1, Pat Malley as Broker number 1, Pete Innes as Space Pope, Rod the Vegetable Man and the Waiter, Riley Shelburne as Nick and Bartender, Rob Marius as Jesus Christ, the Son of God, and Ain't That the Truth, Samantha Chobani as Nancy and Chief of Police Thayer Kelly, Sir Philip Albert Vincent as Big Fella number 2 and Sugar Bear. Thank you for listening and have a very Merry Christmas.